The 1994 Royal Rumble had a runtime of 55 minutes. It premiered on January 22, 1994 inside the Providence Civic Center in Providence, Rhode Island. 14,500 fans were in attendance with Vince McMahon and Ted DiBiase on commentary. Howard Finkel was the presiding ring announcer for this evening.
When it comes to the 94 Royal Rumble, 3 names stand out. Big Daddy Cool Diesel, aka Kevin Nash, Lex Luger, and Bret Hart, the Hitman himself. Now Diesel had a breakout star performance, eliminating, if I'm not mistaken, 7 people in a row. And during this time, he was a heel. But when he was on that hot streak, he got a huge baby face reaction. So big that they put the WWE Championship on him as a reward. Later on in the year, of course, but he got a title out of it. Other than that, the only noteworthy thing was the ending, where we saw Bret Hart and Lex Luger eliminate each other and became the first and only to date winners of the Royal Rumble. Yes, 94 had not one, but 2 winners. And those winners went on to fight Yokozuna at WrestleMania. No, not in a triple threat, separate singles matches. Yokozuna had to defend his belt not once, but twice at WrestleMania. And the reason they did that double elimination was to test out which one would get a bigger reaction. They announced both wrestlers as winners, and the crowd reacted more to Bret Hart than Lex Luger. And since Bret passed the test, he became world champion at WrestleMania. So that Lex Express bombed big time, and this was a big indicator of that. Nothing about Lex Luger was interesting, as a babyface at least. He didn't really get over, in my opinion, until he went to WCW. That's when he became a star. He did the whole NWO Wolfpack, became a world champion. But yeah, that's not until 96, if I'm not mistaken. WWE had a lot of hope that Lex Luger would be, for lack of a better term, the next Hulk Hogan. The next big American hero. And he wasn't quite as charismatic or talented as the Hulkster. The rest of the match was just average. You had some names in there. You had Shawn Michaels. You had Bam Bam Bigelow. Like I said, Diesel, Lex Luger, Bret Hart. But again, just a handful of legends. Not a lot of memorable people. But I will say, I like this a lot more than 93. It's not going to kill you to watch this match. If you want to watch it, go ahead, but I would skip it. It's not really worth your time. Just know this is the night where Diesel became a star, and we had that double finish with Hart and Luger becoming winners. But that's just my perspective. Let's get a much more clearer perspective. You know what time it is. Let's go to the vote.
The 1994 Royal Rumble match, if nothing else, it is one of the more memorable Royal Rumble matches in history, and mostly due to the finish. This was the first Royal Rumble match not to have the Iron Man mark broken. 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, and 93, the Iron Man mark got increasingly higher. This one did not break the 61 minutes. However, at number 15, Bam Bam Bigelow lasted 30 minutes, 12 seconds, and was the Iron Man of the 1994 Royal Rumble match. However, the star of this Royal Rumble match was the man who eliminated the most competitors. Big Daddy Cool Diesel came out at number 7 and was a one-man wrecking crew. He eliminated 7 competitors all in a row. Bart Gunn, Scott Steiner, Owen Hart, Quang, Bob Backlund, Billy Gunn, and Virgil. This was Diesel's coming out party in the WWF, because prior to this, he was just Shawn Michaels' bodyguard. After this, and after the reaction he got, because he was a heel associated with one of the top heels in the company, Diesel got babyface reactions after he was just tossing one guy after another. After this, it's like Vince saw him as the next WWF champion, and wouldn't you know, at the end of the year, Diesel became the WWF champion. And there's a reason we call eliminating a ton of people in a row the Diesel spot. This was Diesel's star-making performance in the WWF. However, this match was all about Bret Hart and Lex Luger. Lex Luger had to fight just to get into the match due to the clause from SummerSlam where if he didn't win the championship, he would never get another chance at the championship. Luger was in. Bret Hart, he was injured earlier in the night, and they even teased Bret Hart not showing up because number 25, nobody showed up. And it was like, oh man, that was Bret's number. He's not going to show up. And then number 27 came out, and Bret Hart hobbled out to a huge reaction. The final four for this Royal Rumble match was Fatu, Shawn Michaels, Lex Luger, and Bret Hart. After Bret and Luger eliminated Fatu and Shawn Michaels, it came down to Luger and Bret. And after a little bit of time, both men eliminated each other. And this was done, it was done intentionally because the plan was, this was WWF's test to see who is winning the belt at WrestleMania, because you had Lex Luger and Bret Hart, the two top baby faces in the WWF, and whoever got the bigger ovation is going to get the belt at WrestleMania. Lex Luger's music plays, he gets some boos. Bret Hart's music plays, overwhelming cheers. So yeah, Bret's going to get the belt at WrestleMania 10. However, both Lex Luger and Bret Hart won the 1994 Royal Rumble match, the first and the only time to date there was a tie in the Royal Rumble match. Again, I mean, if nothing else, this Rumble match, it was memorable. From Diesel to the tie at the end, compared to 1993, the 1994 edition was way better.
The overall grade for the 1994 Royal Rumble is a C.
As always, thank you guys for watching. Like the video and subscribe. And check out our next set of Rumble reviews. Because next time, we go to 95. That Rumble. See you then. Oh boy.